One of the things of the many things that I'm known for is I collect black action figures. It goes hand in hand with hip hop. Kwame collects figures. David Banner collects figures. Pharoahe Monch collects figures. The difference with me is I collect figures not just for superhero figures. I collect figures. It's more about black representation. There was a time when they would come out and there wouldn't be any black characters in a run at all. Now, thanks to Black Panther, that's all changed. Like they realize there's money in black representation. So Black Panther to me is important because it even in its which will be its second life, because its first life, of course, it was created in the '60s, and Jack Kirby and revolutionized comics to a certain extent, and Christopher Priest wrote, and later Ta-Nehisi Coates wrote. My favorite is the Reginald Hudlin run. Just put that out there. But and then Reginald Hudlin brought it to animation, and then later they became a movie and became one of the biggest grossing movies ever. And it definitely helped in waking people's understanding of representation and what representation really means. So now you end up with black mermaids, and, black dragon welders in House of Games or whatever that show is called. Black Panther, man, is he's the king of Wakanda. He's the richest man. He's the smartest man. I'm saying I, I wonder sometimes if they did that on purpose or did it just kind of fall into play like that. But it was played perfectly. You know what I'm saying? In terms of who he would, other than some people say he's not black, he's African, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. To me, we're all the same. Just all about skin color. And plus, I have so many. Like, I'll give you one example. I love the fact that he married Storm, who's a mutant. But then that was Reginald Hudlin. But as soon as I feel like a white writer got to it, they were divorced. I'm like, well, Reed Richards and Sue Storm, they're not divorced. Why does T'Challa have to divorce from and everybody? I was just thinking about this the other day. Everybody wanted to holler at Sue Storm. The Mole Man used to come and kidnap her, and oh, you're so beautiful. And Submariner used to come up and be like, oh, you're so beautiful. And Dr. Doom used to be all up on her, So it's like, why would you? Of course, Storm is that chick, but why would you separate that black power couple, but still have your white power couple? And that's what representation is, They were good, if nothing more than for representation, and we don't have that, I come to hip hop from being what is now called a nerd. So before hip hop, I discovered comics, and comics was my escape. And I think a lot of however people come through hip hop, they come hip hop, no matter if you're gangster, you're a nerd, whatever, it was an escape. So we are a bunch of Houdinis. We're escape artists. We just want to escape the reality. So there are different ways to do that. So people get into kung fu movies. People get into comic books. People get into hip hop, and it's usually the same people, or that one person gets into all three things. Like I was into all three things at one time. It's definitely escape culture. It's like out of the norm of what you're given, and it's creativity. Hip hop is creativity. Comic books are creativity. Look how many artists have comic names. David Banner. It definitely goes hand in hand. You know, like I said earlier, David Banner, Kwame, and Pharoahe all collect action figures, which is comic related stuff, cartoon related stuff. You know, you have the RZA and Wu-Tang is all kung fu stuff. You know, definitely the two subcultures intermingle.